welcome back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. So today I have a adult book haul for you. If you have not seen it already, I do have a young adult book unhaul that is out. I decided to separate the two so it wasn't one huge long video. So these are the adult books that I have currently that I'm going to be unhauling. I just felt the need to purge my shelves. Some of these I've read, some of these I haven't. And we're just going to go from there. So the first two that I'm going to get rid of, they don't even fit but I had hopes of apparently not getting rid of a ton. I will show you the box real quick. And they are now overflowing. So clearly I was getting rid of more than I thought. So these don't even fit in the box. Not that they do either, but I'm going to get rid of Hush Little Baby and No Ordinary Life by Suzanne Redford. I remember being really, really excited for this one. And I read it and I found it to be mediocre. And then I found this one a little bit more enjoyable. But I can't even fully remember what they're about, nor will I go back and reread them. So I figured they can go find a new home. Then I've got Once Upon a River by Diane Setterfield. I was so excited for this book. I traded for this one. I really thought I was going to be into it. And I have zero interest in it. I have more books on my shelves that I think that I would just appreciate more, and if I wanted this one again, I'll trade again for it or get it for cheap on a thrift store, but I just feel like it's not going to be something that I gravitate towards. This is one that you're going to see in a monthly wrap-up soon for the month of April, and that is Conviction by Denise Mina. I tried to read this one. I got 103 pages in, and I just don't care. I don't like it. I think it's messy. I looked up reviews, and reviews said the same thing, where it's messy, it doesn't make sense, there's too much going on, and it doesn't seem to get better than that. So if you felt like that way in the beginning. So originally I was like, I'm going to push through, I need to do this, and then I was like, why are you going to force yourself to read a book that you don't want to read? That's so stupid. So I decided to DNF it, so I'm going to be unhauling this one. Unfortunately, I feel really, really bad about this one, and then I can't find the other one right now. Oh, there it is. I got sent these through Minotaur Books, and I feel really, really bad. It was like the very first month that they were like, hey, look at this list of books. Is there anything you're interested in? And I just kind of was like, oh, I'm going to try it. And I wasn't expecting to get both. I thought I'd get one. And then I just have had no interest in them. And I feel really, really bad and really, really guilty that I haven't read them. But it's The K-Team by David Rosenfeld. I think these are even like possibly like parts of series. And I just... and Finders by J.B. Burton. I just feel like there's something that I think other people will enjoy more than me. I feel horrible that I took them and then I never read them. But I just feel like they're doing nothing sitting on my shelf. So at least what I can do is pay it forward and donate them and let somebody else enjoy them. I read this book, 50 Words for Rain by Asha Lemmy, back in March, and I just did not care for it. I ended up giving it 3 stars. I just think that, again, this is another one that other people are really enjoying, and I just didn't. I wanted more from it than I got, so I figured, again, this would do better out in the world than taking up space here. The Mentor by Lee Matthew Goldberg. Now, this is one that I was so excited about years ago. And then I forgot about it, / it was expensive, so I just like never bought it. And then I found it on Book Outlet, and I was like, oh, remember that book? You wanted to read that a really, really, really long time ago. And so I got it, and I never read it. It's kind of one thing that I'm really happy about, that I don't shop at Book Outlet anymore, because I find that I was buying things that I just didn't care about, or like I heard about, and then like there was no excitement to read them because they were so backlisted that, like, I don't know, I never reach for it. I never have any interest in it. It's gotta go. White Fragility by Robin DiAngelo. I have not read this one, but just it's been coming to light that this is just not the right resource to be using. Robin DiAngelo uses the N-word in here, I've heard, and she's a white woman and she should not be using the N-word whatsoever. I've also just seen things that she does not practice what she preaches, and she kind of just does some not nice things, and I'm just not here for it. So I would rather eat the money and just get rid of this one than keep it on my shelf, because I did really want to read it, but I feel like I'd rather go and buy White Rage instead, because that is written by a Black author and isn't as problematic. Then 10 Dead Comedians. I thought I was going to die over this one because it is kind of a Then There Were None retelling, but with comedians. And I tried to read this. I read like the first chapter and I really could care less. So I think that me and the writing style for this one just are not going to work. So I kind of always, whenever I see it, I think about it, about the time that I tried to read it and didn't like it. So I'm kind of unintentionally biased by it. So I don't see myself getting to that anytime soon. Then I've got Stillhouse Lake by Rachel Caine and Kilman Creek. These are book 1 and 2 in a 4 or 5 book series. Unfortunately, Rachel Caine has now passed on. I really, really like Stillhouse Lake. I did not like Kilman Creek. I'm starting to wonder if I just want to keep this one. I'm going to keep this one, but I'm going to get rid of this one just because I don't plan on continuing the series. I thought that the first book ended extremely well and in such a great place, and this one just kind of took it a direction I didn't want it to go. So I'm going to stick to keeping that one because I did give that one 5 stars, but I'm going to get rid of this one. Bringing Down the Duke by Evie Dunmore. I gave this 4 stars, but I don't know why. I think it was more like a 3-star read and I was being really, really nice. I don't plan on continuing on with this series. I don't really care about it. I'm not a historical fiction romance person. I love historical fiction with some romance, but just Regency novels are not my forte. London is the Best America. This is by Laura Dave. I really enjoy Laura Dave's writing. This was a book outlet purchase that came really, really nasty. They gave me my money back and they told me that I can just toss this one. And originally I was like going to get rid of it right away, but then I was like, oh, but this synopsis sounds good. And now that I'm rereading the synopsis, I don't even care. I don't want it. Then I've got Burntown by Jennifer McMahon. Another book outlet made me do it. I purchased it because everyone's been raving about Jennifer McMahon, but I just have no interest in this one. I thought I would read it in October, and never once was I like, maybe I'll read this one. I just don't have any interest. Book outlet. I'm so glad I broke up with them. Then I got Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky. I didn't like Perks of Being a Wallflower, so I don't know why I thought I'd like this one. I read a preview of this on Goodreads, and I was really enjoying it, and I was like, you know what, I should just buy the book. And so my mom was doing this thing. She had to buy a book for someone else, and it was like, buy 2, get 1 free, or something like that, from Target. And she goes, what do you want? And I was like, oh, this one. If you can get this one for free, great. Guys, this is over 700 pages. I've heard it's not that great. I don't remember what it's about. I don't even remember the first section, so I'd have to like reread all of it anyways. I don't have that kind of time. I'm a mom to a toddler. I don't have that kind of time. The Adult by Carolyn Helse. This one was okay. I was really excited for it, and then it just kind of turned into a mediocre-ish kind of read. I think I enjoyed it while I read it, but I'm not going to reread it again. Another series that I liked, but I'm not going to reread it, is the Losing It series, or Faking It. Yeah, because Faking It was book 2. I liked Losing It, and then as the series kind of went, I kind of just stopped liking it as much, and it's just not a series that I need to keep because I don't love it. Another series, I've been like, I don't know, like a toy on it. I have such sentimental feelings too when when I've been sent books. I was sent this book for review a really long time ago, and I really enjoyed it. I went back and I found, this was book 3, and I went back and I bought book 1 and 2, and I read book 1 and 2, and I really enjoyed them. But I don't remember much about them, and I'm not going to reread them. They're not like a Denise Hunter. They're not like a Rachel Hawke that I devoured and continued to read by that author. So she's just an author that I really enjoyed at the time, and I don't think I'm going to go back to them. This book left me feeling super conflicted, and that's The Dating Charade by Melissa Ferguson. On my Trash or Treasure TBR video, I had somebody tell me that I really needed to read this, and I had somebody tell me that I really, really will hate this. So I would rather just not try. Part of me was like, I should just do it just to see who's right. And then I was like, no, I'm not interested. The Sweet Smell of Magnolia's Memories. This was another one that I read for the Fiction Guild, and I liked it at the time, but I'm not going to go back and reread it. The Summer House by Hannah McKinnon. I am keeping my other Hannah McKinnon books because I don't know. I am not a big women's fiction reader right now, but I was like, you never know, I might go back. So I kept Mystic Summer, because I read that one 5-starred it, really liked it. Keeping the other 2 unread ones because I might go back to that, wanting that type of book. This one I've read, and I really didn't care for this one. I didn't like the fact that this one just felt like everything was going wrong, and it was just annoying me. So I don't need to keep it. Just because I like this author doesn't mean I need to keep that one. Young Jane Young by Gabrielle Zevin, which you can guess I bought from Book Outlet. I don't ever reach for this. I really liked a book that she wrote, which was called... it was something about being an amnesiac. I think it was like the Teenage Amnesiac or something like that. Memoirs of a Teenage Amnesiac. But I have zero interest in picking this one up. It's about a woman who I think she has an affair with her boss, and then the affair comes out and she's basically trashed for it. And I don't know. I have no interest. Some holiday books that every year comes and every year passes, and I haven't read them yet, so I don't think it's going to happen, is Debbie McComber's Merry and Bright and Alaskan Holiday. Unfortunately, I just don't think I'm going to go for them. You're going to be shocked, I've gotten rid of all of my Debbie McComber books. I love her, but the woman's fiction in me is not happening anymore, and as much as I love her books, I don't need them. There's so many, and yeah, that's something that's news if you didn't know it. Then I'm getting rid of this series by Joe Watson. I really liked the series. I thought they were fun. I think Almost a Bride is the first book. I don't remember. They were supposed to be a 4th book, and then it never came out in physical form. And they were fun. They were cute, and I'm not going to reread them. Then I've got Blue Ticket by Sophie McIntosh. This is probably my least favorite book of the entire year so far. I gave it 1 star. It was real bad. Didn't like it. The Islanders by Meg Mitchell-Moore. I read this last summer, and it just was okay. I thought it would be good because Ellen Hildebrand quoted the top, and it was all right. Didn't do much for me. Some more holiday books that I'm getting rid of, all of which I've read. The Naughty List by Donna Kaufman, Cynthia Eden, and Susan Fox. I bought this at Borders back in the day. I just have no interest in keeping it. The Mistletoe Moment by Kat Johnson, Kate Engel, and Allison Charles. Again, no interest in rereading it. Christmas Camp by Karen Shaler. I didn't like this one. I think I gave it like 3 stars. It was okay, but I'm not going to reread it or continue with that. I don't know if it's a series, but there's a book that she came out that looks like it. So these are some historical fiction books that I liked, but I just don't foresee rereading or keeping. There's not a time where I feel like I would take these out because I wanted to share them with you. The Orphan Train by Christina Baker Klein. I liked it. Actually, I liked it more than I thought I was going to like it, but I'm not going to reread it. The Tattooist of Auschwitz by Heather Morris. I gave this book 5 stars, but I'm never going to go back to it. I tried to read Chica. That's not what it's called. Whatever the sequel's called, I can't remember. But I didn't like it, so I think that kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth about this one. The Auschwitz is Lullaby by Mario Escobar. I believe I gave this 5 stars. I remember listening to it on audio, but I don't even remember what it's about, so that tells me that it probably wasn't that good. So, and the last one I'm getting rid of is Lilac Girls by Martha Hall Kelly. Everybody loves this book. I unfortunately don't see the love. I think I gave it 4 stars, but it was more like a 3 than a 4 for me. So it's just gonna go cringe. All right, my friends. So that is all of the books that I am unhauling from my adult shelves as of right now. I'm sure there's plenty more that I could probably pull off, but these are the ones that I'm pulling off right now. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on any of these books down below, and I will see you guys really, really soon. Bye, everybody.